All right, y'all see the title up here, Lil Durk, Murder for Hire. It's been pushed back to January. We done with Diddy. He's been sentenced, and Durk was supposed to start his trial this month, but it got pushed back to January. And so let's see why. We'll scroll down for a minute. You all see Durk right there in the picture, and it's been pushed back to January 2026. So Complex Magazine, they're reporting the trial where Chicago rapper has been charged with conspiracy and intention to commit murder for hire was likely to be postponed due to its unusual and complex nature. I don't know what they mean by that. Your guess is as good as mine. The other defendants in the case were in favor of the pushback as well. Dirk disagreed with the attempt and wanted the trial to happen in October, and I feel him on that. He's trying to get it started. I don't think he's going to be found not guilty. I think he's going to do some time. But everybody, they say you have a right to a speedy trial, whatever the case may be. That's why Diddy was able to get his case started in May. He actually wanted it sooner than that, but May was the earliest they could give him. So now Dirt, he's sitting without bond, so he's been locked up since October on his birthday, 2024. So this month makes a year, and he still has to sit in there. And so he was trying to get it to happen this month, but the other defendants, because they arrested some other guys before him, they're cool with the January pushback. So I don't know what's going on. He wants it to start this month. They're in favor of the January pushback. So who knows if people telling certain deals are being cut. So saying new documents filed in federal court Wednesday, September 17th, the judge in the case has signed off on the change, pushing the trial start date back to January 20th, 2026. They got a pre-trial conference on January 7th. The stipulation again deems the case complex, whatever that means, due to the volume of evidence and the number of defendants, causing it to be unreasonable to expect preparation for pre-trial proceedings or for the trial itself within the time limits. So that is interesting. So let's scroll down a little bit more. The delay applies not only to the rapper's co-defendants but also to Lil Durk himself, and he's the only one objecting to it for whatever reason. Like I say, I would want it to get started now. That's his main reason. The other ones are cool, waiting till January. I think they all sitting in jail too, but Dirk trying to get everything, get the ball rolling. He's trying to get out of jail. So, the case has seen a number of controversies this year, from claims that Dirk threatened witnesses to the rapper accusing an FBI informant of being unreliable. Hmm. He was charged with murder for hire and possession of a firearm October 2024. And they say it's allegedly he ordered only the family members, that's his record label, to carry out a hit on Savannah rapper Quando Rondo, which failed back in 2022 in LA. So during the incident, Rondo's cousin, Savia Robinson, that's who ended up losing their life after being in a car with Quando. So the shooting was alleged to have been in retaliation for something that happened in 2020, from King Von being taken out. So this is like a back and forth beef. His accused shooter was Timothy Lil Tim Leaks. Felony murder charges against Leaks were dropped 2 years ago in 2023. Okay. So it is officially being pushed back. He doesn't want it to be. I understand you're trying to get this going, but they saying he threatened witnesses, and bail, like I said, was denied. Judge says disrespect and alleges Dirk used phone accounts of 13 inmates. Wow. So that's where it's set on there. I don't know if it's any comments. If anybody said anything, let's see. It's loading. Nope, I don't see any comments. Yeah, and nobody's commented on Dirk's trial. As everything's been all Diddy all the time, at this point. So that's where that's at. Now, this little background on the case. Awaiting trial in federal custody, murder for hire and firearm charges. Court date January 20th, 2026, as we saw in this article here. So that's when he'll get this thing ball rolling to see what his fate will be. Like I'm saying, January 20th, 2026. I think he's going to be found guilty. That's just me. And it's just more the case background. 2022, we just went through all of that. Quando Rondo. These are the charges. Dirk Banks from Chicago was charged with murder for hire, conspiracy, firearm offenses. Prosecutors allege that he ordered to carry out the hit in May this year. Another indictment came down of stalking, resulting in death. He pleaded not guilty. He's ordered to remain in prison without bail. Alleged rule violations, including using other inmates' phones, so they will not let him out. And this is some of the trial developments. Like I said, it's been delayed from this month to January. Evidence includes 230 gigabytes of digital files and thousands of pages. That's a lot of evidence. And why did his co-defendants want it pushed back to January 2026? He's the only defendant that wants it to start in October. The other guys say, let's wait to January. So it's crazy. Because they want a speedy trial. Yep. Confirmed they would not seek the death penalty. Okay. Well, that's good for Dirk. No death penalty. They said in May this year, the court confirmed certain rap lyrics in Dirk's songs cannot be used as evidence against Dirk. Prosecutors had initially claimed that a specific song referenced the shooting, but Dirk's lawyers proved the song was recorded months before the incident. Now, the thing is, once they pick a jury, and they always say that these songs can't be used as evidence, but you can't unhear anything, you can't unsee anything. And so, for them to say, well, that can't be used as evidence, unless you can erase it from a person's mind, people vote on whether or not to convict a person when the jury, they back to, what's the word, deliberating. And I've been on a jury trial. I did it back in 2012 at the Daily Center in Chicago, just Monday through Friday. You can't unhear, you can't unsee. And whatever lyrics they've heard, they might take that into consideration. So that's the thing. You can't use it as evidence. Only way you can't use something as evidence is if it's something physical, like a videotape. It has to be something, even the music. If there's a way for you to not allow people to hear the song or see a video, then that works. But once people in their subconscious know, then even though it can be used as evidence, it's already in their mind. It's not even physical. And so they will take that into consideration when they're trying to decide guilty or not guilty. So it's just the only way I'll say this: if a certain person can be used, if a person can be called in to give certain information, that's the only thing that's really, significant to me, to where, okay, if you let this person get on the stand, this person could go free. If you let this person get on the stand, this person could be found guilty. But in terms of stuff that you've already seen of and heard, then you say strike that from the record, that can't be used as evidence. It's already in the back of your mind. So I'm telling you, as a former juror, you're going to take that all into consideration when you and the other 11 people are trying to decide the fate of this person. So I don't care about none of that can be used as evidence. Once I've seen it, once I've heard it, or both, that's going to be in the back of my mind. And so Dirk's still in custody while awaiting his trial, which is currently set for January 2026, as we already noted that date. Chicago rapper Lil Durk pleads not guilty. Yeah. So yeah, and this is the update on that. So January 20th, that will start. I don't think he's going to be found not guilty. I think he's going to do some time. I don't know what you all think, but I honestly think that he will have to spend some time in there. You can throw the time served in there. It's been 1 year now, but yeah, these some pretty big charges, and I do think he's going to do some time. in addition to what he's already done for that 1 year. I know he wants to come home, but yeah, it's crazy because he had, I think he's worth 60 million. He had so much going for himself up to this point. He's dating India, but yeah, this is not a good look. She's shown up to some of the court dates over the past year. I heard India has, but yeah, let me just look up a little bit more information on Dirk. You way all know he born in Chicago. I'm just go to Wikipedia right quick before I get off of here, just to get his age and everything real quick before I end the video. Just get a bit more of a background on Dirk. Here we go. Yeah, they got a Wikipedia on him. October 19th, 1992. Born in Chicago. So his birthday is coming up, and he's gonna spend his birthday in jail. Born in Chicago, Chi-Town, turning 33 this year. And and saw some of his stuff. I just wanted to get a little background on his age. Born in Chicago, as we know. That's his full name, Dirk Devontae Banks. All of that. I know he's a father too. Children, seven. If this is right, I had no idea he had 7 kids. There's India right there, spouse. Because anybody can go on Wikipedia and make changes, but 7, I did not know that at all. That's still less than Nick Cannon, but 7, that's all right. That's something I didn't know. And what is he worth? I want to say it was 60 million. I could be wrong. And it's the thing, they messing up the money. Sometimes these net worths don't be accurate on any of these celebrities. See, I said 60. Other amounts such as 20 million, Def Jam deal, 8. I don't know. But yeah, it's a sad situation all around. That person did lose their life. Quando Rondo was the target, but they missed him. But none of it really at this point. Just rap beef, and then when it gets escalated, this is the guy that they were intending to go for allegedly, but his cousin was the one, unfortunately, that ended up losing their life. Let me go a little bit more background on that. And so it's retaliation for King Von, they say, known as Lil Pab. Yeah, that's who lost their life. Never heard of Lil Pab. Let's go a little bit farther into this. Because they say it's Savia Robinson. Yeah. Here you go. It came right up. So it's Savia Robinson, Lil Pab. Yep, here it is. AKA Lil Pab was shot and unalive. PAB. Yep. So yeah, this stuff is crazy. That's just a little bit more background on it. So yeah, I don't know what you guys think about it. If you really following Dirk, I don't know if you all really listen to his music. I've heard a couple of his songs. I got a couple downloaded, and sad situation all around. It's saying he got 7 kids, and they've been without their dad for a year up to this point. But that's the latest on that. It is delayed. January, the trial will start, and there'll be a pre-trial before that. But that's the latest on Lil Durk. And that was like the next big celebrity case after Diddy, because his stuff was supposed to start this month. Diddy gets sentenced, then they go right into Lil Durk, but now it's gonna be, some extra time. So let me know what you guys think in the comments about the Lil Durk situation. Do you think he's guilty? Do you think he's not guilty? I think he's guilty. Because I think when he was first trying, and when they arrested him, he had booked 2 flights, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just check that out because I don't want any misinformation. Let me see this. The Lil Durk book flights. Let me see. Yeah, here go the article here. Tried to flee country ahead of arrest. He booked two one-way flights, one to Dubai and Switzerland. Let me just open this article up and get a little bit more. As he allegedly tried to flee to Italy, and I guess maybe you can't be sent back to the United States because when they book flights and the law after you, people normally go to places where they can't send you back to the United States or whatever country you're leaving from, whatever the treaty is with your country and the country you're going to, you make sure they don't can't send you back so you don't have to, face charges or, stand trial. So, yep, that's what I thought. He had booked at least three international flights following the arrests. Kavan, London Grant, DeAndre, Keith, David, and Asia Houston, while prosecutors allege all have ties to OTF, which started in 2010. The five were indicted on the federal charges, and we know all of that. But yeah, he booked at least three international flights. And so that type of stuff, him trying to run, all that leads to you not being able to get bail because they didn't look at him as a flight risk. And they alerted the FBI, CBP, Customs and Border Protection, that he booked two one-way flights to Dubai and Switzerland. He didn't get on either flight. They learned that he had also booked a private plane to leave Miami to arrive in Italy. They arrested him around 8 p.m. Thursday, October 24th, 2024, an hour before the plane was supposed to take off. And so, yeah. So all that type of stuff, you booking flights, that definitely, you're a flight risk. They're going to deny you bail. This article from 2024. Yep, a year ago. But yeah, you can't do stuff like that and then expect to get some type of bail. He want the trial to start immediately, but nah. And I think they said he had used the company credit card. They said here go right here. A credit card was used to book flights for alleged hitman. Yeah, a credit card linked to Lil Durk and his label OTF was used to purchase airplane tickets. I don't know why he would use the company, the OTF credit card. Either way, whatever you're using, you can't book a flight. It's gonna be electronic, so it's not like you can throw cash under there. They can track, okay, you booked the flight here, so you can't really get around that. But maybe he would then want to use his personal credit card, so he's using OTF. Either way, all of this type of stuff, the judge is gonna look at you as a flight risk, and so you will be denied bail. That's just what it is. You got money to spend and run away, so yeah, he's gonna sit in there all the way to January and so on and so forth. But anyway, that's enough of that. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments about the Lil Durk situation and what his fate will be. That's the next big celebrity that's basically facing trial at this point after Diddy. Diddy's a bigger celebrity, but it is what it is at this point. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Facts of Feelings, all one word, no spaces. Put that in the YouTube search, and my channel comes right up. That's Facts of Feelings, no spaces. And I am out. You all have a good one. Until next time.